All right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen. All right, all right, all right. I'm back again, yo. Okay. Hey, you guys are okay. 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 It's a Sunday. Welcome, everybody. Yeah, if you're joining, please let me know you're here so I can recognize you and we can have this conversation. Okay. Yeah. As always, this is gonna be a very short show. So, but as an uncle, I like to talk about what is affecting my brothers and sisters out there. And right now, one of the biggest issue we have on our hand is this troubling dating scene we got going, where black men are giving excuses not to date black sisters. And black sisters, and my black sisters ain't giving up also because the sisters also have their reason for trying to avoid black brothers. It's like what a man of prestige would describe as gender warrior. This is so crazy. This is so crazy, yo. Okay, if you are in the building, shout out to you guys anywhere you're watching. I know it's Sunday and you guys should be chilling at home right now. That's why I think this will be a better time for us to have this conversation as fast as we can because this is really getting out of hand. I saw a video on YouTube, and there is this sister. I think her name is it Drell or Darren, something like that. I think her name is Darren. So she made a content where she highlights some reasons why black brothers are trying to stay away from the black sisters. Zenob, how you doing? You're actually the first person in the studio, Zenob. So that's one cup of coffee for you. You're welcome, sister. So I was watching the show and she went on to point out so many reasons why black brothers are avoiding the sisterhood. And because she's a woman who is explaining this stuff, she have huge men followership. And the men hop in the comments, they started describing their experiences with fellow black women. And when I say black women, this is not limited to only American women alone. Like in Africa, we all know that whatever happens in the Western world has a way of coming back home to become a thing. Even right now, in my home country, Nigeria, so many brothers don't want to deal with our black sisters. And I can't blame some of them because if you have to go by what we're seeing on social media, hey, Princess, how you doing? You're welcome. If we have to go by what we see on social media, the Nigerian ladies, they are not taking it easy either. And it's because it's somehow kind of becoming the same rhetorics. Some sisters in Africa, my fatherland, Nigeria, some sisters have turned dating to business center. One of our little sister, went viral last week when she was on Honey Bunch, and she said any man who talked to her in the morning, she gonna bill that man in the evening. And if the man cannot send 500,000 naira to her account, then why would she be wasting her time with him? Many videos like that are circulating on social media. And I think the brotherhood is getting a wrong message from that. And that is why I think it's better we start addressing this issue now before it gets out of hand. Why are the brothers running away from the sisters? Why? So if you are in the chat, let me know what you think is the reason black brothers are saying they don't want to date black sisters. Here in America now we have a trend. It's called passport bros. Many of the black brothers literally pick up their passports, travel abroad to go look for wife. But don't get me wrong, these are just few black brothers. The number of black brothers who are married, engaged, or dating black sisters is still way greater than the number of those who said, you know what, I'm not doing again. And when I listen to their complaint also, I can read within the line that not all these brothers are actually what they claim to be. You know, we know nowadays some brothers, they are going around peddling their 50-50 nonsense. Why some don't even know what it takes to be a man in the house. And like Man of Prestige would say, many of these brothers lack leadership skills. So when they get involved with a lady, sooner or later, there's going to be a problem. But having said that, let us look at why these black brothers are not dating black sisters. So I got a couple of short videos for you guys on this show today. And I'm getting these videos from, you know what?
For that. Yeah, okay. Black women come across as more.
So I'm gonna play some of these videos. I see you, Queen Otagada. How you doing, my sweet sister? You're welcome. So I'm gonna play some of this video, and I expect you guys to tell me what you think. Tell me if you think they are right or if they're wrong. So the first one,
this tweet asks, why don't black men date black women?
Tried to explain why black men stop dating black sisters. Take a listen.
This tweet asks, why don't black men date black women? And let me just say that this question is a fallacy because the majority of black men do indeed date black women. So I'm going to rephrase the question and ask, why are black women, the least desired group of women, so difficult to date, maintain long-term relationships with, and marry? And the answer is simple for me, because a significant percentage of black women suffer from what I call maniac syndrome. Masculine attitudes, disagreeable, wanting to be in charge and in control, using aggressive verbiage, tones, and mannerisms, and engaging in phallic swinging contests with their men. Neurotic, insecurity, overthinking, negative assumptions, overreacting, and acting on impulse whenever they're overwhelmed with negative thoughts or feelings. Independent, this obsession with proving to the world that they can do anything and everything without men to signify how strong that they are. Accountability, a concept that they can't seem to hold, and confrontational, perceiving everything that they dislike or disagree with as disrespectful or insulting and reacting to it. Their sliders on these characteristics tend to be abnormally high relative to other cultures of women. This tweet asks, why don't black men date black women? And let me just say that this question is a fallacy because the majority of black men do indeed date black women. So I'm going to rephrase the question and ask, why are black women the least desired group of women so difficult to date, maintain long-term relationships with, and marry? And the answer is simple for me because a significant percentage of black women suffer from what I call maniac syndrome. Masculine attitudes, disagreeable wanting to be in charge and in control, using aggressive verbiage, tones, and mannerisms, and engaging in phallic swinging contests with their men. Neurotic, insecurity, overthinking, negative assumptions, overreacting, and acting on impulse whenever they're overwhelmed with negative thoughts or feelings. Independent, this obsession with proving to the world that they can do anything and everything without men to signify how strong that they are. Accountability, a concept that they can't seem to hold. And confrontational, perceiving everything that they dislike or disagree with as disrespectful or insulting and reacting to it. Their sliders on these characteristics tend to be abnormally high relative to other cultures of women.
All right. So what the brother is saying right there is he's trying to highlight so many things he think black ladies are doing wrong and chasing men away from them. He mentioned their emotions. He says when these black sisters are kind of angry, they can't seem to control their emotions and they want to unleash on their men. He may be right, he may be wrong, but we know there are certain element of truth to that. Now, this is something I also noticed, and it's not just black women alone, it's generally anybody. We all have issues with how we control our emotions. Why some people have mastered how to control their emotions, many black sisters as well as black brothers still don't have that emotional awareness to know what to say and how to say it at the right time. So I get that's what the brother is describing there. So I have this second video.
Why don't black guys date black women?
Because they're ghetto?
Oh, because black women are ghetto? That's why? Okay, so you're saying it's the woman's fault, it's not the man's fault.
No. Because I think, yeah, like I think that's what they don't go for that.
You said
Black women don't go for that. Yeah,
Okay.
black women come across as more like, there's certain stuff that they just not putting up with. And
I got a black girlfriend. She's dark skinned.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
When it comes to marrying them, making it serious, they don't actually marry them. They just have a kid with them and that's it. But why do they do this?
I have no idea.
All right, guys, do me a favor. I think we haven't buzzed enough people in the studio yet. Please go hit the like button. It just take like 1 second. Exit, hit the like button, and then click the chat, and you'll be back in the chat. Please help us get other people in the studio. Oh, I see. We don't even have one single like yet. So please hit the like button real quick, and we can get this rolling. Thank you as you do that. God bless you. All right. Now, let me go into what I think some of these brothers are saying is the reason they don't want to date black sisters. Please, if you are just coming in, God bless you, hit the like button. Let's get this conversation going. Now, these are the things I found common among black people. It doesn't matter if you are in Africa or you are in America. A lot of these modern ladies have issues with unrealistic expectations. And when I said unrealistic expectation, I'm talking about people, especially ladies, who go on social media and start saying what they want from men. If you want to be my man, you got to make 6 figures. If you want to be my man, you got to be 6'5" tall, 6 packs. If you're going to be my man, you got to take me on holidays. We have to travel. The list is just way too much. And when brothers hear this, they are scared. Although I'm not saying there are no men out there who can meet all those expectations. In fact, there are several men who can meet those expectations. But let's be honest, how many of those men are available in the dating market right now? How many? And men may not come out and say this, but the moment you go saying, I want you to do this for me, do that for me, in his brain, he's going to start counting those requirements, all the qualities a lady says she wants in a man. And it all boils down to unrealistic expectations. But this is how I look at it. If a woman says, I need a man who's going to take me traveling, we go on vacation, we spend all this time together and all that, what I usually look at is, can you afford these things yourself? So, as for me, if a woman can afford what she's expecting from a man, then that is not unrealistic expectation. It means standard. It means this is what she wants, and she knows she can provide this for herself. And if you're gonna call me in to be her man, you should be able to provide the same level of expectation. So, number two, this is another thing I found common with the black dating scene. Nowadays, a lot of men are afraid of DNA fraud. We've seen videos on social media, multiple videos on all these paternity shows and the likes, where it seems that black sisters will pin a pregnancy on a brother, knowing fully well that that baby is not his child. Again, please give us thumbs up if you're watching this. Do me that favor. Thank you. I see we have 4 likes already. Good one. All right. So, again, what I notice is that there are many black ladies, not all, and they don't represent the majority of black ladies, that pin pregnancy on men. If you live in a Western world like America, you'll be familiar with the term child support. And if a woman give you a baby that is not yours and she end up putting you on child support, it takes 18 years to get out of that. And this child support situation is even part of the reason why we have so many kids growing up nowadays without a father figure in the house. Because when the man felt that I am not the dad, you pin this baby on me, and then you guys start going back and forth. Let's do DNA. The lady's avoiding DNA, or the boy is not available for DNA, and here he is paying child support. Somehow, the man will resent that baby. And guess what? People are watching. So young men are watching and they are like, I don't think I want to get into this dating scene with these ladies who's gonna pin another man baby on me. You know? So I think DNA fraud is another reason, and I think this is a very good reason some black brothers don't want to have anything to do with black sisters. All right, as you're watching, please, I need you to drop in the comments some other reasons you think black brothers are shining away from dating black women. Now, some of them might be wrong, and as ladies, you know better. You know that probably some of them are not even man enough. They are not matured, you know. But then everybody just look for a comfortable reason to justify why they don't want to date black women. And again, like I said from beginning, there are still way more black men, millions of black men who would date outside their race. All they do is date black women and they are enjoying their relationship. So don't take my word for it. I'm just trying to highlight some of these things so that if any sister get to see this show and You are one of those who use all these terminologies that is flowing all over the places now, or excuses, or you are setting some standard that even you can't make it happen. I want you to change because we need to get you guys a husband. You got to be married. Okay. So, what is the number three reasons I think black brothers are running away from dating black sisters? Billboards. Billboards. Drell, the lady I was making reference to her video, she actually highlight this as another reason black brothers are avoiding dating black sisters. According to her, a lot of ladies have these billboards in their head where they think about everything they're gonna get out of a brother. It's all about the Benjamins, it's all about the money. How much does he make? How much can he spend? Can he pay my rent? Can he pay my phone bills? How about my car? Can he fix my car? Oh, is he gonna move in with me? When he move in with me, is he gonna take care of my babies? If he can't do that, I don't want him. I don't want that kind of man. So they call these billboards. And to be honest, in the ladies' defense, I think before a guy should talk to a lady and say, I want to be your man, I want to marry you, you should be comfortable with spending. You should have attained certain level of financial freedom that allow you to take care of your woman's need. So I don't see anything wrong. If a lady says, if you're gonna be my man, then you got to pay my rent, you got to take care of me. The only area I have issue with that is if the lady in question is not ready to work. There are some lady now that their work is makeup. They just want to sit at home, make up all day, go out, dress up, come back, do nothing, make nothing, and just depending on men to spend on them. So these are the billboard sisters. And I think those brothers are kind of right if they say they don't want to date this type of women. But don't forget, brothers, you also have to get yourself prepared before you ask a woman out. Be ready to pay some bills. Okay. You have to get away from that 50-50 mentality. 50-50 pays nobody. All right. Any man who's trying to do 50-50 is not a man. You're not man enough. You shouldn't be dating. In fact, if you are in your 50-50 mentality, it simply means you are selfish, you are greedy, you do not understand what it takes to share and take care of a woman. In other words, you are not a provider. All right. So the next reason some men give for not dating black women is masculine energy. They feel that there are some women out there who goes like, oh, I'm an independent woman, I can take care of me, I don't need a man, no man can do shit, no man can do nothing. When brothers hear that, brothers want to run away. They just want to take off. They'll be like, what? No, I'm a man, I don't want to be married to another man, and I don't want to start anything with a woman who talks like that. Well, maybe these brothers are not listening. Sometimes what the ladies are saying may not be that I don't need a man. They are simply saying, I can take care of myself. And if you're not ready to focus on me to be my man, then I don't want to have anything to do with you. So, ladies, the lesson here for you is that check yourself. Are you giving out this masculine energy that scares men away? Are you saying stuff that men found somewhat irritating? You got to check what comes out of your mouth, okay? These are some of the things I think Man of Prestige do preach. And I've told you guys before, if you want to learn more about how to handle your relationship, how to be a better person, a better lover, you have to go listen to Man of Prestige. That brother is dishing out quality informations that are helping people making a better judgment in their relationship and as a result becoming better partners. So those are just my point. Now let me read some of the comment I got from the YouTube channel, and that's where we're gonna round up. But I want to know your take on these comments. Be ready. Some of them are very funny though. These guys are running wide when it comes to this issue of dating. Whoa, here we go. So this dude here says you can't make relationship work with people that hate and disrespect you on default. I stopped dating because I understand this is how women think and feel about men. It was a good choice. Hmm. We lost another brother right there. The next one says 75% single mothers, nobody playing stepdad anymore, to 20% of the wrong men's kids. They choose to have their babies by the wrong and independent. So meaning, okay, if you say you're strong and independent, is equals to you on your own. What this guy here is saying is that there are about 75% black ladies who are single mom. I think that is a wrong statistics. I don't believe single mom are up to 75%. But some of these dudes, when they go on that post on social media, they just unleash their anger all over the post in the comment. So, but what he's saying is that about a lot of men nowadays are not ready to play stepdad to children that the dad is somehow wondering about and not being serious about taking care of. So as a result, some of these black brothers, when they start relationship with a woman and they discover she's a single mom, they quickly want to know if the father of the baby is involved with the baby or not. And if they discover that the dad is not actively involved in the kid's life, then they want to took off and just run away from the lady. This one says, why dating is dead. Ladies, it's very simple. Due to the hard work and effort of feminism and Me Too, men can no longer trust you. I think this one makes sense a little bit. Yeah, I think this one makes sense a little bit because the feminism movement and Me Too really did some numbers on relationship in America. That was the time when social media was exploding and everybody, especially a lot of ladies, hop on social media to say some disastrous statement or stuff about men. And in the process, they are kind of creating this mental consciousness in other women, giving some of those women some wrong perspective about men. However, this is how some men look at the feminism and Me Too movement. They feel like, oh, these women, they are just against men. They are against us. They turn into we against you kind of thing. And in reality, feminism is just all about equality. Feminism was just women standing up for themselves, saying we have been maltreated for too long. We have to stand for ourselves. We have to fight for our right, and we have to fight for equality. But I guess some ladies took that too far. And as a result, men are running away from dating women the moment they found out that, okay, I think she has some qualities or characteristics that has resemblance of a feminist. Boom, black brothers are gone. If you are just joining, please hit the like button. Do me a favor, just hit the like button. Okay, thank you. Um, this next one is coming from James Alexander. James said, 41-year-old man. I stopped dating and chasing women a decade ago. Been on a monk mode for around 8 years. I have a very peaceful life and plenty of disposable income. Man, there's no way you can be on monk mode for 8 years. Just tell us what you are doing. You are probably running around playing with some other lady's emotion. Come on, bro. I don't even see this as a valid reason to not date black women. There are just many guys out there who are losing their shit on this topic, right? So this is coming from Mr. Albert. Mr. Albert said, women and children see men as walking wallets nowadays. I'm tired of being used and being treated like I owe them something. All right, this one I can relate to a little bit. Yeah, because like I said, we have many of these ladies on social media now who are on a campaign that it is a must for every man to spend money. Even while they are just meeting you, just a date, you want them to spend $300-400. Come on now. Come on now. These are the women that give the Cedar Badge energy. And once a guy realizes that he talks to two, three, four women, and everybody is all about his wallet, dude, we take off. I got this one coming from Rich Hill. Rich Hill said, I also quit dating 5 years ago. Women do not regard marriage as a commitment, only a situation they can leave whenever they feel like. I don't agree with this one. Yes, I don't. Women don't leave good marriages. They don't. You can't treat a woman right and just believe that she's gonna pack up one day and say, okay, this is where I'm gonna jump the ship. No, it doesn't work like that. All right. So if Rachel quit dating 5 years ago, I think bro probably quit for a different reason, not this one. Okay. Next one is coming from Keep It Real Girl. She said, you are so right about that. That's exactly how they view marriage and commitment, like it's a game. They have such childish mindset. No, no. These are all wrong assumptions. And I have this one coming from Donald. Donald said, most men like peace and quiet. I'll give this one 100%. Yeah, that one is right. Men love peaceful environment. We want to come back home to a peaceful home. We don't want a woman who's going to turn the house to a war zone the moment we return home. So I think Donald is right. But then Solitude said, my friend recently went through a divorce. He said there is something he enjoy. He said there is something he enjoys doing now that he's single, coming home from work. All right, let me take some comment and then we'll read the rest of it. And all right, we're still within time. This is just we just spent 33 minutes. Okay, this is a good one. I see you, my sister Chidima. How you doing, Mama? Thank you. So Zinab said, based on my own thoughts, okay, let me see what you're saying. Princess said, boss, I think it's because they come from some place. They have seen them finished. And Alogun said, maybe because they might not achieve anything from black lady. Actually, that is not the case. Some of these brothers are not even, they don't even measure up. And here come my sweet sister. Hey, good afternoon, Sister Chidima. How you doing? I see you, Sister Hannah. How you doing too? Oh, thank you, thank you. I just need you guys to help me understand what these men are talking about here. Why some of them have valid reasons. Majority of them don't even understand why their women act the way they do. So Hannah said, Bro Ben, I have another perspective. You know, most black men that has other races of women as a partner, most of help their partners, which taking turns with house girls, bills. Mhm. Yes, you're right. If they cheat, they don't get away with it compared to black women. Mm, you are absolutely correct. And talking about paying bills and helping around the house, I think this one is a bigger problem in this modern day dating. And the earlier our brothers realize that you got to help around the house, you got to assist your woman, the better your relationship will be. Many men today complain about they're just whining, whining, whining. I don't even get it, man. They're just whining, complaining. Some of them don't even want to do nothing. There are many black brothers now that they rely on their woman for money, feeding, housing, and almost everything. And sometimes I just wonder, how long do you think a woman can take care of your BS before she got tired and just wants you out of her life? So I get it. I get it. Zainab said they might be like we came from the same place, so there is no pain, there is no gain. Well, I don't think people go into relationship thinking they want to gain something out of it. It's not a business transaction. This has to do with emotions. You go into relationship trying to make the other person feel better, make them happy, and you also expect something in return. I think black brothers and sisters just have a huge, how can I describe this now? They just have this huge problem about understanding each other. It's like the women are saying something and the brothers are hearing a different thing. Just like my sister Chidima will always point out, and I love that line all the time. It's like men and women don't just seems to understand each other these days. And black sisters are not different. The struggle is the same, whether you are an African woman or you are a black American woman. As a woman, you should have expectations, and a man's supposed to meet some of those expectations, even if he can't meet all. The only thing I have problem is when those expectations are so high that it becomes unrealistic. Okay. Hannah said black men don't help. Maybe I should defend my gender here. Hmm? Okay, let me try to explain this as as I I go collect water for these things. So okay, Hannah, when you say black men don't help, have you think about the fact that maybe some of them don't really know where and when you want them to help? You know, I agree that a lot of them just they are lazy. Yeah. And even African men, everybody, some men are just lazy when it comes to the house. They go to work, they bust their asses, and they come back home and they just feel like, I don't want to do anything. I just want to chill. Give me my food. Let me just chill, watch my games and all that. So, but hopefully by grace of God, we'll get there. All right. I'm gonna take some more. Let me take some more excuses from this man, and we can begin to wrap up the show. Don't forget, our coffee giveaway is coming towards the end of the show. Hopefully, some of you can get to drink hot coffee tonight. So, KST said, I quit years ago. That is, he quit dating black women years ago. Saved up and retired early. Now I'm chilling by myself and enjoying life. I don't even engage with them at all. Haba, kilo day. Why? Why would you say you don't even engage with black women at all? Maybe you're just dealing with the wrong set of black ladies, because there are so many amazing black ladies out there. Those that will literally turn your life around. Those you can't even go a day without being with them. So I don't know where you're getting that from. I know some men get some terrible experiences, maybe they've been with some ladies that the lady actually showed them hell. But I don't think it's okay to generalize that this is something that is wrong with an entire race completely. So that is so wrong. The transporter said, BBD, don't trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Hmm. Wahala, wahala, wahala. Okay, this is the long one I saw yesterday, and I'm like, Kilo Day, why this long story? Hey, Peter, how you doing? I see you, man. So this man says, I am 58 years old and haven't dated or had sex since 2015. And I don't miss it at all. I come and go and as I please. I can leave dirty underwear on the floor and not have a nagging wife telling me to pick it up. Life is great. I have more money than okay. Life is great. I have more money than going on useless dates just to be on rotation of guys she goes out with. Jesus. You women know what I'm talking about. And don't get me wrong. You started on a single mom. Okay, and don't get me started on the single mom. I came in third place after the kids and pets, and a lot of women still mess around with the kids' father. And just use me as ATM machine for money. And women also get out of shape as they get older and try to get facelifts and BBLs. Past ladies, enjoy your 10 cats later. So what this guy is saying is that Lord of Jesus. What this guy is saying is that he actually stopped dating and having sex since 2015, which I don't really believe. And he said he don't miss it. So he said he enjoys coming back home now. He can drop his dirty underwear on the floor and not have a naggy wife telling him to pick it up. Now, bro, that in itself is way, way wrong. It's very, very wrong. Imagine, I don't think some of these guys come back to read their comment. Why would you drop your dirty underwear on the floor? Even me, as a man, I can literally give you bass boast for that. You are a nasty man. That's what it means. And I don't blame any woman who goes up on your ass for being nasty. Okay? Ah, Lord Jesus. Ooh. In fact, let me just skip this guy, man. That is so annoying. So a woman actually came on that video and said, I'm glad to hear a woman telling the truth about women. Okay, I'll come back to the last three slides. Let me see what my sisters are saying in the chat real quick. Queen Otagara says, men go where there is peace. Absolutely, 100%. We love our peace, like bread and butter. Yeah, so I beg, give us peace. We are okay. Yeah, Chidima, sorry, I'm not really following the conversation. Is there a clip or post we are reacting to? Yes. Let me. Oh, okay. Maybe you weren't here when I started. I actually played a video of people giving excuses on why black men don't want to date black women. So I have a couple of them. The first one was coming from this lady right here. So this lady go on a rant telling women why black men don't want to date them. Let me play a little bit so you can get it.
Now, we all know that men are no longer dating, and there's a reason why. We all know that. And these are men from all walks of life, whether they're young, middle-aged, older men, because there's not women out there that they want to communicate with. There's not any good women out there that they want to deal with anymore. They just, men have had it. They've had it up to here. They've had it with you modern women. Okay, and like I said, younger men, middle-aged men, older men, there's no choices out there for them anymore. None whatsoever. And I don't blame them at all. Okay, and it's not just a handful of men, a certain group of men. It's countless men that are saying the same thing. So if all of these men are saying the same exact thing about modern women, then it has to be true. Okay? It has to be true. Now, men, I want to tell you this, and I know a lot of you already know this, but there's some younger guys out there that may not know, and they really need to hear this. Leave these modern women alone. Please leave them alone. And I know a lot of you have. That's why you've walked away from that stuff. Walked away from dating, everything, marriage, everything. Leave modern women alone. They're evil, vindictive. They want everything that you have, and they will take everything that you have. Okay? All they have to offer is what's between their legs. That's all they have to offer. If you take that off the table, what else do you have? What? Nothing. Because they can offer nothing. They can't even boil an egg. Okay? And they act like they're so strong and independent and they don't need a man. No, it's not they don't need a man. The men should be saying, where are the good women? That's what the women are saying. Where are all the good men at? No, the men should be saying, where are all the good women? Because there aren't any anymore. Okay? You act like you're so strong and independent, all of this stuff. No, you're not. You don't know what the word strong means. You don't know what the word independent means. Okay? Now let's go back in the day from my grandmother, my mother, my great grandmother. Okay? All of the traditional ones. Okay? Those were strong women. Those were independent women. The way you're using those terms today are totally different from what they used it as. Okay, example, my grandmother, and mind you, I'm not talking about these, that's a strong woman. And here's another thing. She was also a very feminine woman, okay? Very feminine. But she knew how to do hard things that my grandfather knew how to do. And here's the major key. She still knew her place. And even though she was out there doing these things, she wasn't trying to take that masculinity away from my grandfather.
So that's what we're dealing with, Sister Chidima. So I came across the video and she went ahead and gave several reasons why black men stop dating black women. And she justified a whole lot of things that black men said and why women should have a rethink and act better. So I went to the comment, and most of the comments I've already read here on the show. Men were actually responding to her. In fact, they love her channel. You know, the video has 37,000 views as at the time I was there, and the comment was like about 900 plus. Trust my gender. So everybody came there and they start talking, sharing their experience on why they stopped dating black women. So I just feel like why some of them have a solid reason for not wanting to date black women, many don't have any good reason for not wanting to date black women, except that they are not man enough. So while I was starting the show, I actually highlighted what I see as the major reason some of these black guys try to avoid black women. And I said this is not limited to America, it's general now. In fact, even our African brothers are worst at doing this now. So why some of them have collected basbos and therefore try to avoid dating altogether, some have not really collected no basbos. They are just not being matured or having the understanding of what it takes to actually be the man in a relationship. So these are the things I highlighted myself. I agree with brothers who said I don't want to be with a black sister because this sister have unrealistic expectation. And to me, what you describe as unrealistic expectation is if a woman says, I want my man to treat me this way or that way. Maybe a woman says, okay, I want a man who can take me on vacation. I want a man who can date me multiple times, who can spend on me, take care of my stuff and all that. Now, if you see that woman and she's, let's say, a professional woman, she's making good income, and she can actually do all these things all by herself. Just as we have seen now, there are women who go on vacation sponsoring themselves. They don't need no man to pay for their vacation. There are women who buy the kind of cars they want, the houses they want, the clothes, shoes, and all that. So if a woman says, I want this, and that, and she can actually afford to buy all these things herself, I don't see that as unrealistic expectation. However, when we see a woman like what we see that is common nowadays with some of these ladies who hop on TikTok and wherever, some of them can't even buy what they want a man to do for them. They don't have the money, they don't have the job, they don't even have what it takes to be in the space that they want to be. Imagine there are some ladies now who have not even traveled, take a flight out of their own state here in America. And she's like, I need a man who can take me to Dubai. We have to be in Dubai for 2 weeks vacation. Come on. To me, that is unrealistic because if you can afford to go to Dubai, then you wouldn't even say, I need a man to take me to Dubai. It's just going to be a part of conversation where the man comes around, you just be like, hey, dude, I think next month, this summer, I want to go to Dubai. Are you up for it? Period. Simple. So I see unrealistic expectation as a very good reason a black brother can say, okay, I don't want to be with this black sister. The next thing I also see that is a very good reason is DNA fraud. Nowadays, we have so many DNA frauds out there, ladies pinning the wrong pregnancy on the wrong man. And you know how it goes like in the Western world, you get nabbed for DNA, a child is yours or not. So far, you are taken as the father, you're gonna have to pay the child support. So if a guy feel like I think these ladies they pin wrong pregnancy on people, I don't want to do that. Well, it depends on what type of ladies are you talking about. And if somebody say, okay, because of that, I don't want to deal with this set of women, well, I think they're entitled to their opinion. And the next thing that I see could be another valuable reason a guy can say, okay, I don't want to be with black women is there are some of these black ladies that go about with billboards. This same lady is part of her explanation. She said there are some women that has billboards, like they have this board in their head where they list everything they want a man to do for them. He should pay my bills, he should pay my phone bills, pay my rent, my gas, all those kind of stuff. And if a black guy says, you know what, I don't want you to be a liability, I don't want to step into your life and then I go broke paying your bills, it kind of makes sense. And lastly, masculine energy. I think some black ladies have been in this space of masculine energy too long that they don't know how to get out of it. And when people see them, the first thing they see is that energy coming out of them, like I'm the boss man, I'm the boss woman, I'm independent and all that. And some of them don't know how to revert to their feminine energy. So that is what we are discussing here, my sister. So I'm gonna read some comments and then we can start to round up. So Chidima said, okay, I think Chidima is replying to something Hannah said. Hannah said, most of them are on, okay, the main side. Of course, I know. They are using the Vaseline. Oh my God. Yeah. So Hannah said, woman speaking like this, and then Chidima replies saying, I wonder what she thinks of herself. Well, I think as a black sister, she's just trying to be maybe a female version of Kevin Samuel, the truth tellers. And we men, we love it. We like it when women come out and point out some of the things women are doing wrong. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. Oh God. All right. I just want to take Sister Chidima's point of view, and I can play these 2 short videos from TikTok. Oh, Chidima says she must be speaking about her own dating experience, and she's pandering to toxic men. I think so. To some extent, not all, my sister. There's going to be a lot of thirsty men on her channel. Oh, Anna, don't drag us. Men now, we like somebody that said the truth. Even the truth is half truth. Oh God. Oh, wala day. So Chidima said, exactly. They are not listening to Bob Marley, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. Maybe they are not, maybe they've not watched the movie Get Out. Oh, is there a movie called Get Out? I may have to see that, Mama. I may have to see that. Anna said, she masculine self listening to her. You can tell. Oh, really? Well, I just heard all she said, and I think that the comment section was actually what attracted me, because I know my guys will be there expressing themselves. Yeah, what truth? Thunder, fire, truth. Sister Chidima, why now? Okay, let me show you guys this, and then we can round up on this one. It's almost an hour already. Here is what this guy has to say. Listen.
Why don't black men date black women? And let me just say that this question is a fallacy, because the majority of black men do indeed date black women. So I'm going to rephrase the question and ask, why are black women, the least desired group of women, so difficult to date, maintain long-term relationships with, and marry? And the answer is simple for me, because a significant percentage of black women suffer from what I call maniac syndrome. Masculine attitudes, disagreeable, wanting to be in charge and in control, using aggressive verbiage, tones, and mannerisms, and engaging in phallic swinging contests with their men. Neurotic, insecurity, overthinking, negative assumptions, overreacting, and acting on impulse whenever they're overwhelmed with negative thoughts and feelings. Independent, this obsession with proving to the world that they can do anything and everything without men to signify how strong that they are. Accountability, a concept that they can't seem to hold. And confrontational, perceiving everything that they dislike or disagree with as disrespectful or insulting and reacting to it. Their sliders on these characteristics tend to be abnormally high relative to other cultures of women.
So another one.
Why don't black guys date black women?
Because they're ghetto?
Oh, because black women are ghetto? That's why? Okay, so you're saying it's the woman's fault, it's not the man's fault.
No, because I think, I think that's what they don't go for that.
You said
Black women don't go for that. Yeah,
Okay.
Black women come across as more like, there's certain stuff that they just not putting up with.
I got a black girlfriend. She's dark skinned.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
When it comes to marrying them, making it serious, they don't actually marry them. They just have a kid with them and that's it. But why do they do this?
I have no idea.
Why don't black...
I've been out with black women or approached black women, and before they even knew me, they said, how many kids you got? How many baby mamas you got? dating outside my race, I haven't had no issues like that at all.
I don't date black women now because of past experiences. They like to place that strong personality on you, and sometimes you just kind of, just like, you know, stand a woman's place. Black women so angry.
Was your mother angry?
To a certain degree, yes. She had that anger inside of her, but she made sure that she didn't pass it on to me. I see how she handles that, and she gives off that vibe that I get from women here. But when it came to me and how she approached me and taught me about women, she said, don't deal with this.
I've been out with black women or
I said, Dad, why is it that the majority of black men don't date or marry black women? Absurd, I know, of a question, but let me give you some backstory of why I asked him that. So I'm from Ohio, and I'm from the capital where there is a decent population of black people. My parents wanted me and my brother to have like a more simpler life or whatever, so they ended up moving us from the capital to a small city outside the capital where there was barely any black people. I often talk about on this app that growing up I did not have a lot of black friends, and this is why. So in the city that I grew up in, I want to say about 75 to 80% of the black men in my city only dated white women. Only dated white women. In fact, I did not see a couple that was a black on black couple my age, honestly, until I left that city. Like, the black men that were in my city openly and loudly bashed black women unprovoked on a regular basis. So much so that it was an everyday thing. Not only did they bash black women, but they also brought in their white friends to also bash black women. And when I kid you not, it was bad to the point to where I just chose not to have black male friends because I did not want to hear that on a regular basis. So I remember this day like it was no other. I remember I was at church and I was chilling with one of my friends who was black, and then another guy who was a grown-ass man. Keep in mind, I'm 14. This is a grown-ass man. And they're both making fun of me for the fact that I like black women, like, because that was my preference. They're making fun of me, telling me that I'm going to have monkeys for kids, all that shit.
Oh, Jesus.
The guy that was the adult ended up telling me, he said, you know what? You're not a real black man. I said, what do you mean I'm not a real black man? He said, you won't be a real black man until you stop dating black women and you only go for white women. Because it didn't make sense that I'm not a real black man because my preference was black women. So after church, I go home and me and my dad are just sitting on the couch talking about whatever. And I asked my dad a question. I said, Dad, why is it that most black men only date white women? And my dad looks at me. He's confused as hell. He's like, what are you talking about? And I told him the conversation. He looks at me. He's like, no, son, that's not the case. That's just this city. In the world, majority of black men like black women. And it wasn't until I left that city and I realized that my dad was right. The majority of black men do love black women. It's just that the ones who don't are just loud and wrong all the goddamn time.
As a black woman who spent the majority of her upbringing in spaces that look like that, I can tell you that those spaces have too many men and women who look like me, who also have a lot of negative stereotypes that they have bought into and believe about other people that look like me. So they distance themselves from other people that look like me so that they make sure that it doesn't reflect badly upon them. And this definitely shows up in their life and in their relationships. All right, y'all. Have a good one.
So you want to know something that I've noticed now that I've started my whole dating around the country thing? It's that it seems like men are used to dating the dainty and the delicate. And I used to be delicate. Hell, I smelled like roses and sunshine shone out my ass. I was a damn delight, okay? But now I'm a little less delicate and I'm a little more loud and my standards are higher, okay? The bar is no longer flush to the floor. And there is a group of men who do not like it. They do not like it because they would prefer the pushover. And here's the thing, I would rather be single and smell like Tom Ford than be a welcome mat to a man in my relationship. Do you hear me? So you want to know something that I've noticed now that I've started my whole dating around?
I understand why some black men have strayed or find us, whatever. But I'm staying here. I'm trying to stay for the strong.
Even other men from other races as well.
I
just wouldn't.
Not to be rude, I don't care. You don't know. If you're not from somewhere where I'm from, you won't really understand a lot. So I don't take it negatively, positively. I take it on the chin. You don't like me, that's your business. Thank you so much. Next sort of thing. I understand why some black men have strayed or find us, whatever. I'm staying here. I'm trying
But
to stay for the strong.
even other men from other races as well. Just wouldn't.
Not to be rude, I don't care.
Mm.
You don't know if you're not from somewhere where I'm from, you won't really understand a lot. So I don't take it negatively, positively. I take it on the chin. You don't like me, that's your business. Thank you so much. Next sort of thing. I understand why some black men have strayed or find us, whatever.
So these are just a few of many videos out there with people trying to justify why black men don't date black women and all that. But what I see sometimes is it's about mindset. Some of these black guys have a mindset that something is wrong with black women, especially here in America. That's some of the things I see that is very common. They just feel like, oh, she's toxic, she's bad, don't go around her, and all that. And like I said in the beginning of this show, the number of black men who don't want to be with black women are so small. It's not as much as we think it is. In fact, if you look at the data, there are still millions of men who wouldn't date any other women except black women, because black women are great people. You know, these women are strong. If you get to understand them and what they really want, if you have the skills to lead and to be in charge, to let her know that you got her, black women are some of the best women you can ever date. However, black women are no fools. You can't be walking around jobless or not serious, or you are being a serial cheater, a manipulator, and you just want a modern day black woman who is educated, have her own thing going, who can literally take care of herself without any help or anything from you. And you want to walk around her cheating or doing all those nonsensical stuff, and you expect her to just stay there and say, yes, I've heard you. No, it's not going to happen. So these are just my take. Thank you everybody for watching. Please hit the like button. Let me just take a quick comment here and we can quickly wrap this up. Sister Chidima, let me okay, here's Peter. Peter said both black and white women have these issues the people mentioned. It's not about the skin color, but the individual. God bless you, Peter. Exactly. And one of the things I also discovered here in America, and that's why I think these guys, they are funny at times, how people just hop on social media and say all kind of things. Do you know that white people actually have more toxic relationship than black people? But I think what white people does better is to cover it up. They don't hop on social media and just run their mouth like our people do. Although some whites still talk, and in fact, some of them, they don't have filter. Once they get on social media, they just keep going. They will literally open their mouth and say everything, but they are few. On the other side, we have more black people hopping on social media and saying all kind of stuff, and that is why the media now help us, you know, like the mainstream media now help us blow it out of proportion. And that is why you can see somebody who have never been to a place like America will have some preconceived notion about black people before they even get here, because the mainstream media is not helping matter. So I think, Peter, you have a great point there. Yeah, both black and white women have these issues, and the people mentioned. So it's not about the skin color, but the individual. Absolutely. We also saw what happened to Angela and Michael. The way Angela treated Michael on that show, is it Find Love or something? Is Angela a black woman? No. So it's everywhere. And we've seen how a lot of white lady often treat all these our MBA football superstars, actors, and all that. We've seen how they were treated. It's the same water. It's the same thing everywhere. It rains everywhere. So we shouldn't just hang on to this mentality that, oh, black women are this, black women are that. Yes, there are some black women who have this overbearing attitude, but yet the same goes everywhere. Okay. So Sister Chidima said, so peer pressure is a factor. I'm Candy. Sorry. Okay. So peer pressure is a factor. I'm Candy. Based on Eurocentric standard of beauty. Exactly. Exactly. There are just so many videos like that that I just wanted to bring our attention to it, that these things are out there. Okay. Sir, we did not see Sister Natu today. Oh, I guess Sister Natu is probably busy. Today is Sunday. So if Sister Natu is available, she would have been here. But my sister Chidima is here. I'm even lucky to have her today, self. It's like she's not that busy this evening. Yes, all races have bad egos or bad eggs in them. I don't worship men due to their color. Thank you, Hannah. Thank you, everybody. Okay, this is where I'm gonna drop the cutting. Now, for those who are from social media freelancer, drop one in the comment so I can at least give you coffee. And Sister Chidima, you are a big girl. You get money now. You go buy me coffee. So don't be me go buy coffee. Sister Hannah, thank you, Hannah, for being here. I'll see you guys in the next one. And let me quickly take this comment from Chidima. Yep. I honestly find it curious that some black men, some black men, the bombs blame slavery for their current issues, but they do not apply the same grace to black women. They cannot see how everything trickles down. Absolutely. It's easy to just say, oh, especially among black men, I've seen them say, we were treated the way we were treated because of what happened 400 years ago. The system is rigged against us. We have this thing we are carrying with us, this resentment, these pains, this blah, 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 blah. But why can't you also understand that your black sister is also carrying some of those traumas with her? So that's what Sister Chidima is saying here. And it's crazy. Every time they do that, I just kind of feel like, really? Well, I think everybody needs some level of education, especially in the black community. And that's why I'm recommending that if you want to learn some skills on how to navigate relationship and become a better man, go to Man of Prestige channel. Bro go live like almost every day, and he share valuable lessons that everyone can learn from, and as a result, improve on yourself. Okay. All right. Thank you guys for joining me today. And I want to say a huge shout out to all my subscribers. I woke up this morning and I see that my subscriber has grown to 960 something, which definitely means we are so close. We are very, very close to monetization. Where are we now? Let me check real quick, because I like to monitor this particular aspect of the channel as we are getting closer to our goal. Okay, right now the subscriber count is at 968, meaning we are just about 32 subscribers away from getting into monetization zone. So please, thank you, everybody. I want to thank you for staying by means, continue to support the channel. We lost the African podcast with Beno's channel, which has almost close to 5,000 or 4,000 plus subscribers. Then we started this one. I actually started the channel last year around December, and me and my team in Nigeria, the social media freelancer team, we started together. We get the channel to about 600 subscribers, and then I didn't do anything on it. But since May, when I got back, thanks to Auntie B of Obodoyinbo TV, Man of Prestige, and all my brothers and sisters from the Obodoyinbo platform, as well as my followers on Facebook, we are so close to 1,000 subscribers. However, having 1,000 subscribers is not all you need to get monetized. We still have to meet the 4,000 view hours. And I've been doing this for a while now, so I know that if we want to get to the 4,000 view hours so fast, we need live shows. Live shows get you those hours faster than anything. There are some content creators now that for over 1 year, they are still strongly to get to the 4,000 view hours. And there are some content creators that can get the 4,000 view hours in less than 2 weeks. It's all about live shows. So this coming week, I'm going to be going live at least once a day just to boost the channel to 4,000 view hours. And I have a lot of controversial topics to discuss. So be ready to bring your opinion on. All right. Tomorrow we're going to talk about Japa, why some pastors are leaving Nigeria to reside in the US. And also tomorrow we're still going to talk about some of the issues that are facing some Nigerians that are Japa already, and they still can't get out of debt. So if you are strongly with credit card debt and other stuff, join me tomorrow as we look into that. And on Tuesday, I'm going to go live. We're going to look at some of the divorce stories that I'm getting. The story don't they play it, even fear, don't they fear myself. So men, women, they are sharing their divorce story, how they end up becoming a divorcee, what happened before and after their divorce experiences. So I'm going to be bringing all those in our live shows, all right? This is actually my controversy. Yes, now controversy they said now, so I'll bring a lot of controversy. The channel gonna be fun. And while we're doing that, please let's not forget why we created this channel. This channel is created to help some of those men out there, especially young men, who are buying the social media narrative now about marriage, about life itself and everything. And I do think that some of us who have seen both sides of life in terms of coming from a humble background and also making it to a point whereby at least we can have some comfortable lifestyle, I think we have to encourage young boys out there to let them know that life is tough, but you are tougher. So this is what the channel is all about. We have to start teaching our men how to be better men. So if you see my content, mostly it's going to be about how you can be a better man. However, while I'm talking about what men can do to become better, I'm also going to point out a couple of things that women can do to be better. And I'm also working on a project right now with one of my writing partner in Nigeria. It's called the Rapid Score. For those who don't know yet, this is going to be a big one. You need to know your Rapid Score if you are in a relationship, because your Rapid Score will help you determine if your marriage will wind up in divorce or if you can still save it. This is interesting. Once we get the project to certain stage, I'm going to start sharing it, but we just want to have it done and have it available for download before we dive into that. Finally, to encourage those of us who are married as men and we live in America, and maybe your wife brought you to America or your husband brought you to America, we do understand that we have some challenges where we come over like that. And some of these challenges are the reason why some marriage don't last abroad. So to help us navigate these challenges and becoming a better husband and wife. I'm working on a mini documentary. It's called The Imported Husband. So my team and I, we have not concluded whether we should just upload it as a content for people to watch, or maybe I should just tell the story on a live show. So before the end of this week, we will decide that. Imported Husband is actually my personal story, how I got married and how I came to America and the challenges that I was confronted with when I came to America. I'm going to go into details because I know a lot of people are experiencing the same thing right now. And I want to share the Imported Husband story to encourage husband and wife and to let you at least take some clue from how I was able to navigate my way through all those boosts earlier period of coming to America. So depending on what my team conclude with me, if we're going to do it live, it means I'm going to be telling each episode story on a live show like this. Okay. Be ready to be part of it. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for supporting me. Thank you, Sister Chidima. Thank you, Zainab. So Peter, Zainab, who else is here from social media freelancer? I only see Zainab, Peter. I saw Princess Mary earlier. So you guys have won a cup of coffee. Sister Chidima and Hannah, how do you guys want your coffee? Let me buy you coffee too for hanging out with me. All right, this is where I draw the curtain. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being part of the show. God bless you. My own Chidima, I love you, Lord, sis. Thank you for always being my supporter. God bless you all.